First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim, and you, Aqua, to believe in all sincerity. So as you see here on your screen, it says, during a press briefing on the Los Angeles wildfires, President Joe Biden acknowledged the tragedy while also sharing a personal moment. They got notifications yesterday that their homes probably burned to the ground. But the good news is I'm a great-grandfather as of today. Okay? So as you see, these, so-called leaders of the people, truly don't give a damn, all right? I mean, if they add a personal moment next to something that is a tragedy in a statement, that shows you that they really don't care, okay, about your situation. I also have a video here that I want to play real quick. Hopefully you can catch what he's saying.
Folks in the various cabinet positions as well as agencies that control these issues. Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
Indeed. Thank you, Mr.
Right. Madam Vice President, fire away. No pun intended. So, as you see, these devils, they don't care. Okay. And it's evident, they do this type of, thing all the time. Okay. It says here on the bottom in different words, Biden's LA wildfire briefing. Many were informed that their houses were burned to the ground. But the good news is I'm a great-grandfather as of today. Like, who cares? I'm a great-grandfather. Let's read this. California insurer canceled policies months before Los Angeles wildfires. I find this very interesting. Okay. Policies were canceled before the LA wildfires. Did they know about it? That's to remain to be seen. Okay, we know that in, I think it was Hawaii, they said that they were using some, rays from satellites to, burn the, neighborhood in Hawaii, I want to say. Did they do this here? I mean, like I said, it remains to be seen, but they do have that type of artillery, okay? But I find it interesting that, California's policies, okay, of certain homeowners were canceled, okay, before these wildfires, Let's read this article, all right? State Farm, one of the biggest insurers in California, canceled hundreds of homeowners' policies last summer in Pacific Palisades, the same area which is now being ravaged by a devastating wildfire. The move was justified by the company as an attempt to avoid financial failure, as the frequency and severity of wildfires is growing in the Golden State, especially in at-risk zones. But as the multiple fires currently burning through Southern California threaten to cause devastating losses for residents, many will likely need to rely on their insurers to get back on their feet after the blazes are contained. Our number one priority right now is the safety of our customers, agents, and employees impacted by the fires, and assisting our customers in the midst of this tragedy, a spokesperson for State Farm told Newsweek in response to a request for comment on Wednesday. Newsweek contacted the office of Commissioner Ricardo Lara for comment by email on Wednesday early morning, outside for standard working hours. Several private insurers have cut coverage in at-risk areas across California in the past 3 years, leaving homeowners scrambling to find options for coverage. As a result, California's FAIR Plan, which works as an insurer of last resort in the state, has more than doubled its policies between 2020 and 2024, reaching a total of 452, as reported by Cap Radio. Most insurers who have limited their offer in the state mention the rising wildfire risk, as well as the state's regulations, as the main reasons behind their decision. Unable to increase their premiums to a level that will match their growing risk, companies have decided instead to cut coverage. This has triggered an ongoing property insurance sector crisis in the Golden State as homeowners are finding it increasingly harder to find coverage at a time when they so desperately need it. What we know about the fire. There are three fires currently burning in Southern California: Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst. The Palisades fire started on Tuesday evening and scorched the affluent neighborhood of Pacific Palisades, spurred on by strong winds. As of Tuesday night, it was estimated to have burned 2,900 acres. The Eaton fire started near Pasadena in Eaton Canyon on Tuesday evening. It was estimated to have burned 1,000 acres as of later the same night. Another fire, Hearst, was reported burning near San Fernando on Tuesday evening, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. The Angeles National Forest wrote on X on Tuesday night that the fire had spread across approximately 500 acres. The fires continued to burn across Southern California as of Wednesday early morning, propelled by winds gusting at nearly 100 miles per hour, as reported by the New York Times. And that's interesting, that these are labeled wildfires, in 3 different cities: Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst. Okay, starting Tuesday night. Okay. And another one in Eaton Canyon on Tuesday evening, and burning a lot of acreage. Okay. Interesting, When people need insurance the most, they can't get it because insurers, opted out of coverage. Okay. Let's read this again. Most insurers who have limited their offer in the state mentioned the rising wildfire risk as well as the state's regulations as the main reasons behind their decision. Yeah. They're saying that there's too many wildfires and the state's regulations, okay? Unable to increase their premiums to a level that will match their growing risk, companies have decided instead to cut coverage. It's interesting. Then they have this FAIR plan, okay? Let's read this again. Several private insurers have cut coverage in the at-risk areas across California in the past 3 years, leaving homeowners scrambling to find options for coverage. As a result, California's FAIR Plan, which works as an insurer of last resort in the state, has more than doubled its policies between 2020 and 2024. You see, Esau doesn't lose. Okay, so if they're behind this, and chances are they are, they don't lose. Okay, while some insurers opt out, California's FAIR Plan comes in as a last resort. Interesting, very interesting. I'll read a little bit more. State Farm announced on April 2024 that it would have canceled a total of 72,000 policies in the state for houses and apartments, 30,000 of which were homes, as reported by ABC 7. According to State Farm, about 1,600 insured homes in Pacific Palisades lost coverage because of the decision. You see? And this was in April of 2024? Esau always do things beforehand. They're that give you enough time to forget. The move came 9 months after State Farm announced it would issue new homeowners policies in California. Some zip codes saw a large percentage of the policies with State Farm being discontinued. More than 65% of policies in zip code 95033 in the Santa Cruz Mountains ended last summer in 95409 near Santa Rosa. Nearly 40% were canceled, as reported by CBS News. A complete list of State Farm's cancellations in summer 2024 can be found at the very bottom of this article. You can read this when you get a chance. Let's see. You can read the rest if you like. This is California insurer canceled policies months before Los Angeles wildfires. Okay, then California Fair Plan comes into as a last resort. So it's interesting. It's interesting, how Esau works, how these things happen. All right, and then you got this guy, saying no pun intended. Vice President, Madam Vice President, fire away. It's just fishy.
Turn it over now to the Vice President before we go on to the folks in the various cabinet positions as well as agencies that control these issues. Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
Look at her face.
Thank you, Mr.
Yep, they're professional liars, man. They really are. Look at this. I'm going to leave this right here. Right, as it says here, what thoughts? What are your thoughts? What a coincidence, that State Farm, I think it was Allstate as well, canceled policies saying there was too many fires. Okay. As well as the state's regulations as the main reasons behind their decision. Unable to increase their premiums to a level that will match their growing risk, companies have decided instead to cut coverage. Well, that's what they say. Let's get a couple scriptures. This is the book of Psalm 73. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. You see? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. And, if you ask me, when he said, Madam Vice President, fire away, no pun intended, that's them speaking wickedly, okay, concerning oppression. Because, after you lose your home, you're oppressed, truth be told. I think it was James Woods, okay, that spazzed out, okay, because he lost his house. All right, these are the celebrities, all the celebrities whose homes have burned down in the devastating wildfires. Okay, you got, what's this guy's name? From Silence of the Lambs. I forget his name. What is this? Paris Hilton. And this guy from Roseanne at the bottom. I forget his name too, man. Forgive me. Okay, and James Woods, he spazzed out, So Esau, he just oppresses everybody. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Let's get this word loftily.
Strong's H, 4791. Marom.
Right, proudly.
Marom.
Right, yeah. Many were informed that their houses were burned to the ground, but good news, I'm a great-grandfather as of today. That's speaking loftily, okay? They speak wickedly concerning oppression. That's wicked. Here it is, you lose your home, all right? They don't give a damn. Not even about their own people. That's all Esau is, man. They only care about the so-called elite, all right? This is Psalms 1 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken the devices that they have imagined. Right? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. You see? They're proud because they have, dominion, right? Okay, and that's why he persecutes the poor. Let them be taken the devices that they have imagined. So they're going to be taken,
Strong's H 4209. Mezima.
Yep.
Mezima.
Purpose, discretion, device, plot. And the Heavenly Father sees their plot. How they plot against Jake. How they plot against their own people. How they plot in general. Okay? Because these devils, they only care about, as I just mentioned, their so-called elite. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. Yeah, they only care about what they desire, their end goal, you see? And blessed the covetous. And see, it's interesting how one company, these companies, they opt out to cover certain homeowners, all right? But yet California has a fair plan for last minute insurance. You see, they blessed the covetous because they're covetous and they're going to win no matter what the cost is. This is Psalms 10 and 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he puffeth at them. Yeah, his ways are always grievous. As I said, the actor James Wood, yeah, he was spazzing out because his property was gone.
Strong's H 2342. Chul. And the form just below that, Chil.
Psalms 10 and 5 NLT. Yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting. They do not see your punishment awaiting. They sneer at all their enemies. Yeah, his ways are always, grievous. Okay, he's always getting his way. And they don't see Yahweh Shemashai judging them for this. And that's why they puff at their enemies. That's why they think they can't be taken down, but they are going to be taken down. The Lord sees, okay, these devils, man, and they could very much have caused this. Psalms 12 and 5, for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I rise, saith Yahweh. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. You see, the Lord's going to rise for the sign of the needy, for the oppression of the poor. He sees what these devils be doing throughout the earth. Okay, I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him.
Strong's H 6315. Puach.
What does it say down here in the Strong's definition? To scoff. To scoff. Right. What did we read? In Psalm 73, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn if people lose their house and have no insurance, and have to start from scratch. They don't care if people are not insured. As long as that ain't happening to them. You see how they handle it? They're worried about them. Esau don't give a damn, not even about his own people. This is Psalm 74 and 21. Oh, let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Arise, O Most High, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Right, the oppressed is not going to return ashamed. You know, they're not going to be ashamed forever, man. Yahweh Shemashai is watching these devils, letting them operate. You know, the scriptures say only he who will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, he's about to be taken down for these treacherous dealings. You know, because we know they got weapons to create fires. You know, they got laser beams that coming out of satellites and stuff. Plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily, and they're the foolish man. Okay, they don't go to bed until they cause someone to fall. You know, they're always plotting. They're always planning on wickedness. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually. You see. So Yahweh Shem Shai, we plead. We plead with Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, against these devils, man. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually. Yeah, they're continually increasing. Okay, their dealings throughout the earth. They're coming against, you know, the poor and the needy, because that's who this word is to. You know, you Israelites, and you Israelites are oppressed. You know, like I said, man, they could very much be doing this. What a coincidence that, you know, these insurers, they cancel policies months before. Come on. You know what? Hey. You know, these devils, they're known for building in the same places years later. Okay, so just wanted to put this out there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rokak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim, you all to believe in all sincerity.